So when you combine all these three stuff, technologies, data, finance, you then can become a real player in the market. 70-80% Baltic people who have financial problems are hiding.
Today we have Marius from Lithuania. He is the CEO of Legal Balance, which is one of the leading debt collection companies in Baltics. They're using AI technologies to improve the debt collection and improve results.
Before reaching the person, we want to understand how to approach him. The society wrongly understand what we do. They understand that we go aggressive, that we want our money instantly and whatever, opposite.
And we will talk how they have expanded to Polish market, how they are working in Latvian market, because the business started in Lithuania. Good day, Marius.
Hello.
What is Legal Balance? What does the business do?
Legal Balance is a company which is in right now in the three markets.
Okay.
It's Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. And in a very short way, we are doing credit management services. We are providing credit management services. Also, we are acting as a credit buyer. And to summarize, we are acting as an investor. Credit buying, meaning that we are acting as an investor in NPL, mostly, which is non-performing loans.
Okay, it's very complicated, very complicated. Yeah, but in essence, you're helping businesses to collect debt if they have some debt from customers, private people, etc., right?
So one area of activity is exactly like this. We are helping people and business to run the cash flow, to get their money back in a short way, in a short essence. But also we are acting as investor, meaning that we are not providing the service of the credit management or debt collection, right? But we are buying and we are providing the money at the moment, meaning that they are just selling and forgetting about the problem that they had.
Okay, cool. So they're basically, I have a lot of debt and you just buy it from me. Okay, but how big is the business? How many employees you have?
So right now in all three countries we have nearly 100 people.
Okay, which are those countries?
Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia.
Okay.
Not Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland.
Okay, Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And Estonia is the next probably, which we will cover.
Okay.
But at the moment, Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia.
And how big? 100 people. What's your turnover?
So the last year's turnover, the turnover is tricky part because the accounting policy is a tricky one, but in a short way, 15 million euro of turnover, 15 million euro of turnover. We are last year we had around 4+ million euro in profit in the group level, I mean, right? And also at this moment we have under more than 250 million euro assets under management.
And assets in your business are considered kind of legal collection note that I will get this money from this. Why?
Yeah, the nominal value of the outstanding portfolio.
Okay, cool. Very interesting, very interesting. So profitable business, 4 million profit, very interesting.
Yeah.
100 people, okay. You started in Lithuania, and I think you started in 2010.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So it's 15 years. Why did you go to Latvia? Why not go to America, to, I don't know, Germany, bigger markets? Why kind of here, Latvia, and then Poland? Why that decision?
So probably, I don't know, maybe it's a natural decision, close market. We think that we understand this, or we think that we have the same, culture, mentality, and stuff. But to become serious, we started in Latvia because we just wanted to try how we are handling the international expansion. Are we, capable, and do we understand how to do it? So we understood that we are capable to do that. We know how to, integrate the international, how to open an office, how to get clients, right? How to do the first investments in the foreign market, which is very important. How we are. So this is what we learned, and we were very happy what we did in Latvia, and we are still continue to do that. And Latvia is a very, very important market for our business. More and more, we are more happy here. To be honest, it's really become greater. The country becomes greater every single day. What we see. And Poland was the next chapter naturally, because since we tried Lithuania, Latvia, which is not very sizable, not
Yeah.
very big markets. As I did say, we did everything correctly, and we see that we are profitable, as you said, right?
Yeah.
So we decided that right now it's the turn for the big market, for the big numbers.
So for me, I also have a small business. It's interesting that, hey, I think in our business we probably have never used debt collection up to actually this year, because this year we were like, because the amount of money we basically are losing, I checked, it was approximately 800 to 900,000 was kind of contract value, contract signed. We did the service, but they didn't pay fully.
Mhm.
And we're basically nothing, not doing any legal kind of actions, just asking, they ignore, the customer ignores, doesn't pay, etc. That was my situation. But I wanted to ask you, what are some specific things that you do? Because most likely your company does it much better. Then you can collect the money to make profit for your business. So what are the things that you need to do in order to not have, I guess, people not pay you for the contracts or for your services, etc.? What are the big things I could do, or any business owner could do, implement to have more collected money from their contracts or the deals?
So probably first of all, if there is any problem, they should start to work with us. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But probably a lot of things. From the contractual clauses, from the payment prevention, from the client monitoring, from the databases that you have, right, to check, to foreseen, the situations that might be difficult in the future. For example, if your client starting to release people or starting to lose clients. So, if you know that information, prior some more bigger problems, right? So then you can have more instruments to be safe. But what we do and how we help our clients, right? What we have, or we understand that debt collection is not debt collection credit management services. It's not so much about legal stuff, to be honest. It is, of course, naturally, but mostly it is about technologies, financial understanding, financial literacy, and the data. So when you combine all these three stuff, technologies, data, finance, you then can become a real player in the market as for example, legal balance, right? And then you can handle tons of accounts, tons of clients, and then you can expand to the big markets. So what I want to say by that when you have proper technologies, what we offer to our clients, right? Then you have the full system of all tools, and you can foresee in the situations, you can monitor the situations, and you can really help your clients to run the cash flow and to get the money.
What are those things? Like, what are the things? Is it like, I don't know, every day you call the person with AI bots, or you send reminders via email, physical mail? What are the practical things that I could do to kind of not have this issue?
Yeah. To run the AI bots, right now everyone can do that. These days, it's how to say, one of the most efficient tool to optimize the calling center department, right? But what we really do and what really matters is first of all, just to understand, right? Legal Balance have already invested around 4 or 5 million euro in our own CRM. So we develop our own CRM and our all database in the system, our own, and we invest our own money, right? Okay. So this is the core element for our business.
For you, I understand, but what about any business that wants to improve
exactly. So then when we have such a powerful tools, then all our clients which come to us and work to us and try to get our service, we have several tools, and of course there are a bunch of the tools in the pipeline. But right now, first of all, we are starting with data. As I did say, you need to have proper data from various databases. Just when you have what you did say, how I can understand if I have a problem, right? So there is a lot of data, and when you have data, then the data goes into the different tools. For one of the most new thing what we do is predictive analysis tool. which is based purely on the artificial intelligence. So when we receive the cases, right? When we receive the, I don't know if it's natural or business, our data and our AI tool already can tell approximately how much successful recovery will be.
Okay.
And then the second of all, to reach that success rate, which is AI predicts, right? The same AI tool, which we already have. This is what I want to mention. It's not about the future; it's the present.
Okay.
The same tool says what is the best next action to get what you need to do. What is the best next action to get your money back?
And what typically is that?
So then AI, based on the data, right? Because we created this tool based on 15 years of data, right?
Okay, an experience,
Bunch of data from various sectors, various clients, and so on. So this tool, based on the data, based on the person which is in depth, right? Is it business? Is it natural? What is the product? What is the age? What is the revenue? Like all the elements, right, are combined, and then this AI offers what to do next.
Okay.
For example, he offers nice call, do soft call, talk nicely, because this person, based on all the elements, he looks like that he would his motivation to pay would be soft touch.
Okay.
Okay. There is also opposite that don't waste your time, guys. AI says don't waste your time. Go straight to the court.
Okay.
Then AI says we need a red letter for this type of person, and for these guys we need a red type of letter with a lot of warnings and stuff. So what I want to say that it's not as maybe you did mention like voice bot or whatever, but it's personalized.
Okay.
It becomes personalized.
Yeah, for a small business, I guess it's hard to do personalized. For us, the case is like a specific case. We have like clients who pay for a service that it's, let's say, marketing services, and with some deliverables, and then it might be hard to personalize everything to just like every client to check it. I guess it's not so simple. I had a question I think for many would be interesting. Okay, I have a local business in Latvia. I know, my government laws, I know good contract, I know what to put in there. But let's say I have clients from Europe and America.
Yep.
Let's say I sell homes for American or European, and they're not paying the rest of the payments, or there's like they're delaying something. What are the legal action I could do as a Latvian in like these kind of things? What I need to kind of create in the contract? Is it the contract needs to be like solid, or what kind of things need to be so that I could be legally able to enforce some payments from outside the countries?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not so simple question and not so simple answer, because in every country there is every different legal environment, so so of course you can it depends when you do this international contract. First of all, it depends which country's law will be applicable in this contract. Is it Latvian law or is US law?
The contract
in the contract you are stating which law will be applicable, which country's law will be applicable, right? First of all, right? So for example,
how should you do it? Yeah.
It depends, right now we have when we do the deals, usually we prefer that our home market, Latvia or Lithuania, would be the countries of jurisdiction, but so what I want to say, just it's natural stuff, but when you do international deal, countries agree where all the disputes will be settled.
Isn't there country? Like, let's say in Europe, is there like the dispute will be settled based on European law? Is there no?
No, specifically you need to mark the country and even in the institution sometimes. If it's court, if it's arbitrage, or it's whatever. So, but what we do, in Legal Balance Group, we help our clients with international stuff. Because Legal Balance in Latvia and in Lithuania is preferred partner of EOS Group, which is probably right now the second or the first biggest credit management company in Europe. It's based in Germany, in Hamburg, and we are preferred partners. So if our clients have international problems, so we are more than happy to help, and vice versa. So if some US company has some situation in Latvia, for example, with some local business, Legal Balance will represent this US company if it comes through EOS Corporation.
But realistically speaking, so let's say I'm a Latvian company. I do my, I build a home and I ship it to you as a client in US.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to pay, let's say you paid me 50%, and after you receive the package, you should pay rest of 50%. And let's say the US client doesn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do?
So
without hiring you, but let's say practically, what I could do like a business. I don't have extra finances. I want to do it myself. So what can I do?
Probably nothing. In US, you just need to find a local partner.
Ah, really?
Yeah. That's how it works. In US, it's specifically every state has their own local regulations. So, we have had and we still have some cases in US.
Yeah.
But honestly speaking, you need to have a local representative. Without that,
but what? Yeah, because for them doesn't matter if we have a contract which says, "Hey, Latvia law," he can just say "figu," like nothing can happen. Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So not much. You can send something, whatever, but if you need to really, do something right and to enable some real working actions without locals would be very difficult. And and vice versa. So if some foreign countries or some foreign businesses wants to have a problem in Latvia, for example, right? Also, local representatives are necessary because usually those people don't know how the system works, how the legal regulation works. Also when you are talking about Latvia, also the regulation is in place if you are, for example, dealing with consumers, right, or with natural persons, right? So you need to know the law.
And in Europe, like let's say I'm working with Spanish people, Portuguese. Is it much more simple, or is it similar to
US?
it
is because right now all our area and all industry is working under the MPL directive.
Okay.
It is the regulation which comes from European Union, and it's established in every EU country. So the basis or the principles of way of working are general, right? But every country has their own rules. For example, one of the craziest rule has Croatia. Croatia and is very, how to say, maybe even like too much overprotecting consumers. And for example, if you want to get your money back from Croatian citizen, you can send him one message or one note per month. Is it either SMS or email? So
just one. There's a law.
One per month.
If you do more, you can get sued. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So choose wisely.
Okay.
if it's letter or it's you can reach out once per month.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
is there something like that in Latvia, by the way?
No.
Okay. I was just thinking.
But this is too overprotective, and because I think the most importantly in this area in the credit management sector, everyone understands that the consumers or the ones who are in debt, is it business or is it consumer or whatever, is kind of, how to say, the weak party, right? Then because the creditor always is understandable as a stronger party, right? Because it's creditor. But let's start from the law and from the main principle that those guys who are in debt, for example, right, they did breach the contract and they did breach the creditor's interest, whatever. So those legal situations can happen to everyone. For example, you can buy something from an online shop, right, and don't receive any goods. So it means that you have a situation where you spend €100 and you don't receive neither goods, neither your money, right?
Yeah, okay.
And so you have a legal interest in the legal right to get your money back, right?
Yes.
And so this overprotectiveness is, in some countries it's crazy. Thanks God, Latvia and Lithuania is really logical, and I think that this balance are still in place.
And I have heard some stories where consumers kind of use the system against the businesses because they can say, "I didn't receive it, but I received it."
Yeah. So So this regulation should work both ways.
Right.
And let's not forget that the creditor is the one which rights was breached.
Okay.
On some level.
Okay.
Is it?
Your business? What is kind of when we do these podcasts, we would like to understand because your first time we have a business that is specializing in debt collection, right? With tools, services, etc. What is the main thing for the business to make money on and be profitable? Let's say somebody wants to start a similar business like you. What are the main pillars? What needs to be in place for it to be a success? Like, what are those things?
First of all, don't run this business. Don't do it.
Why do you say that?
It's very difficult to run.
Okay.
And the first thing in place is technologies. Without technologies, you are. It depends. First of all, how big you want to be. If you want to be, sole player, or I don't know, super small company with few employees, then you can have one client and do it everything by Excels, right? But if you want to have the sustainable business, which is running profits, which is growing, the first place is technology. Without technology, without database, without CRM, without tools, you will be dead.
Yeah, nowadays with the AI stuff, and I know you're also we're gonna talk about that stuff a little bit later. But that is, I guess, a good important thing. What else?
The most important thing.
That is the most important.
The most important.
What about like clients, marketing, sales, or like what else is kind of like the key pillar you need to be good?
Also depends. So as I did say, in the beginning, mostly our sector companies has this dualistic, run two businesses. One is credit buying, right?
Okay.
They are investors.
Okay.
And second of all is credit administration, credit management,
Okay.
or as you did say, debt collection. So if you want to run this credit buying business, right? Purchase the portfolios, purchase MPLs.
Which is more profitable, by the way?
Of course, buying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because to be honest, to run this administration business is difficult because clients are very needy and
you get
margins,
a small cut from right?
margins are small.
How much is
so
it?
So that's why I'm saying technology, because if you're running only credit administration business, right?
Which is like I give you my like kind of people who owe me money and you help me to collect it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So here margins are very tiny. First of all, so that's why you have to be very lean and very sufficient
to kind of do it. Okay,
exactly.
What is the margin on that typically?
Few percent. Few percent. Maximum 10.
Maximum 10.
Yeah, it's okay. And to be honest, if you will look to a lot of companies in Baltics or in whole Europe, which are running only this business, all companies are struggling because of the efficiency. Because you need to be very successful in efficiency, meaning in the recovery rates, but also in your costs. So you don't have to have overheads. You have to have very lean organizational structure, very lean costs, direct costs, activity costs. So that's why I'm again technology.
Okay. And about debt buying?
Yeah, then about
because I can
buying,
imagine who sells it is like, I'm not gonna get this money. I might try to sell somebody this so they could maybe try to collect it, right?
Yeah. So right now, why I'm very happy, to be honest. In the Baltics, we are still struggling, to be honest, to understand what is credit buying.
Okay.
And there are a lot of people in various sectors which don't understand or understands incorrectly the debt buying or selling process,
okay.
or the reasoning about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy that the European Commission, because Western Europe is more advanced in these topics,
okay.
right? And in 2014, NPL directive came in place, which said that, hey, banks, if you have bad debts, sell it. Don't keep it in your balances. Don't create liquidity problems, and don't create economical problems in the future, right?
Okay.
So the European Union says that if there is NPL, it's a default, right?
What is NPL?
Non-performing loan.
Okay.
Sell it. Sell it to the specialized companies, which are also licensed in every country.
Okay.
And they will do their things, right? So, and your balance sheets will be clean. So that's why, so what I want to say that European Union and Western countries are very used to this process, and they are like selling big assets, defaults, and so on. And in Baltics, because we are still small, no, we are small countries, and we don't have such a deep understanding about selling and how benefit it is for the whole economy. So when the banks or other lenders don't waste their time on the defaults, don't invest in that, don't keep these defaults in their balance sheets, don't create their own liquidity problems, and so on. So then there is specialized companies as us, which acquires that, and we are specializing in that. Then we have more tools, and we have more better understanding how to deal with these defaults, and also we have our own regulation how to run the defaults.
Interesting. By the way, which are the biggest industries in this? Like, I can imagine those are microcredit loan givers, right?
Who is the biggest?
Your biggest kind of portfolio, or where do these debt sellers come from? I can imagine those are probably those microcredits.
No.
What are the biggest?
It's all financial sector.
Financial sector, right?
It's
lending sector, right?
Lending, lending, crediting.
And what's the second biggest?
Telco.
Telco, like telecommunication, right?
Yeah.
Those are phone bills, right?
Yeah. Phone
Nice.
bills, some, yeah.
Because I think like banks who give you loans for these home credits, they basically take the asset, right? Then they don't need.
Yeah, they in the Baltics, there are very few mortgage portfolios on the table, but in Western Europe, it's business as usual. For example, banks sell a very big portfolios with mortgages, and also big business mortgages.
Really? And they don't take the assets? Just
No.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, because every single country has their own jurisdictions again,
okay.
so there are different processes. But this MPL directive also tried to and is regulating as well mortgage loans as well.
Okay.
There is the principles are kind of common in Europe, but again, it's directive, so every country can adopt their own rules. But overall, what I want to say that situation with NPLs in Baltics is very, very good one. Very good one. Our Lithuanian and Latvian NPL ratios are below 2%. If you look to the Spain, Italy, Greece, you will see quite good numbers.
More higher, right?
It's like 10, 20, 30%. Wow. So that's why, MPL, non-performing and MPL discipline and area, like the market is way bigger, and they have the way bigger understanding in all sectors how it works and why it's needed.
I think in the Baltics, I might be wrong, but just I had some kind of facts in my head that Latvia, maybe Lithuania, and Estonia, their government debt is like increasing, like government debt, like what a government owns to, let's say, European Union. And I wanted to ask you, what's happening with like the private sector debt or business debt? Is it also growing in these countries, or what's happening with that year to year?
No. It is growing naturally because economies are growing, right? But not the rates. Not the rates. The amounts may be a bit growing, but together with with the whole economy. But not that we have a big problems. Right now in Poland and in Germany, we see that there are a wave of insolvencies. And the question is if this wave will touch Baltics.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, this is right now what we are seeing and what we are actively monitoring.
Okay.
And again, the message is what I said in the beginning. And what you asked, how to prevent debts and negative cash flow, how to make your business safer, is monitor the situation, monitor your clients.
What about so three big topics that we need to cover. What about reputation management? Because I can imagine legal balance, whenever you get the debt, you are going to be the person who communicates with these kind of people who owe you money right now. And I can imagine they're like, gonna fire all sorts of negativity back because they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Or there's some reason why they don't want to pay.
Yeah.
How do you kind of manage the reputation or make sure that the people who work in your company don't get, I don't know, like blackmailed or aggression towards them? Because, it might be some situation like that.
Good question. Probably there is the whole concept of our understanding. So when I joined and when I started to work in this area 13 years ago, in Baltics, this business was understood in the society as a guys with baits, like with those
Like mafia.
or like angry guys with bald with baldy heads.
Yeah. I can imagine.
It's crazy. And that's why we Legal Balance, we understood that we need to educate the societies, and we first of all, we as a business, we need to be open.
Okay.
So that's why we are communicating, educating what is credit management, what is debts, what is financial literacy, and so on. That's why we invest our time and money to spread the information. What is debt collection, credit management in general. So it starts from us, from that we are open.
But in general, if you would educate everybody about financial literacy, then you won't have a business, right? In general.
Perfect.
In general, right?
Perfect. So I am very proud of our international partner, EOS, and they have the slogan for a debt-free world.
Okay.
This is a very nice slogan, and it was very nice story from them that the slogan arise from their employees. But it's also why I'm saying this, because it's very accurate to Legal Balance. What we do, we are first of all open ourselves. We are not hiding. We are present. We are here. We are communicating. So then it comes with the trust. When you are open, when you are transparent, it comes with the trust.
Okay.
So when we are having and dealing with those people who have financial problems, right? We don't want to say debtors or whatever, but they have some, temporary problems, right?
Yes.
And we try to help them. So usually, society wrongly understand what we do. They understand that we go aggressive, that we want our money instantly and whatever. Opposite, totally opposite, and I can sign on that. First of all, how we invest in our technologies and what we try to do is to reach the client, because usually 70-80% Baltic people who have financial problems are hiding and don't want to admit that they have temporary issues.
Okay.
We try to reach them and to talk with them that if you have issues, let's agree on the solution.
Okay.
Still, you have a financial issue, so it will not go away, right? One way or another, you have to deal with that, right? It was a situation, something happened, right? So let's solve it together, So payment agreement or whatever. That's because our society, we have a lot of younger generations, right? Which likes to live wild and free, and they want everything now and fast. We see that they become more and more younger people come with these temporary financial problems. We created even a mobile application. So we are having in Latvia and in Lithuania a mobile application. So we understood that maybe those younger generation don't want to talk with us. Okay, don't talk. Here is a mobile app. Manage your own debt. And this is the real deal.
Okay.
If you are dealing and you have a situation with Legal Balance Group, you can download a mobile app and you can create your own payment schedule, which is affordable to you.
Okay.
We will not call you. You can, chat with us, that maybe, if you have a payment schedule, you can postpone it, So that's why we created this self-service for this. And we are seeing that the younger generation are very using it. and it's very beneficial for our clients, for us, and for the people, because we don't bother them, right? You can manage your own debt
based on statistics. Who has this temporary financial problems? Is it what age groups are the highest?
The peak is 25-45. The peak.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah, the peak.
Yeah, those are actively working people.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. As I did say, more and more this 18-25 increasing.
Increasing that.
Yeah, increasing more and more. Because as I did say, the
What about elderly people? Because I can imagine, like elderly, you also could do some crazy things. You might be thinking, oh, I'm not going to live so long. I might, rock and roll. No?
No.
Okay.
No. Probably they are more, how to say, more conservative about finances.
Okay. What about client acquisition and getting clients? Before we started filming, we were talking about also your company also runs paid ads to acquire customers. Like, how's that looking? How do you get big clients? I know you have one of our friends, Civinity, as a client. That's also a big kind of property management company in Baltics. So how do you get clients? What's the strategy to get clients?
Okay, so this is also a good question. So Legal Balance, we run two segments of the clients, right? We have two segments of the clients. So what you did mention, one of our great client is B2B, right?
Yeah.
And big corporate.
Yes.
So when we have a corporate clients, we are doing this personal sales.
Okay.
Personal sales, we go to clients, present them our efficiencies, our benefits, and so on. But also what we do, and we are running a remote debt collection registration platform.
Remote debt collection
platform. Yeah. Okay. So it's in Latvia it's atgustinaudu.lv.
Okay.
In Lithuania it's skolos.lt, and in Poland it's avindik.pl.
Okay.
So this is a self-service tool for every natural and small medium enterprises to register the debt or the debtor, right? To upload the document, and in 15 minutes you will receive two offers. Either we will buy the case from you and we will offer the cash, or either we will offer a commission fee and we will sign an agreement remotely and we will start to work today.
So, is this the right site? Can you show the site?
atgustinaudu.lv.
So this is the site, debt collection services recover, and you can do it like right away. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Here a bit. You can attach here a document, fill in the application form, and we will provide you two offers.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is, to be honest, one of our key elements. This platform right now, what we are doing in Poland, to be honest, because Latvia and Lithuania are very nice countries, right? And this is our home markets. But Poland has a market size.
Yeah, it's much bigger, right? How bigger is Poland than, let's say, Lithuania?
10 times.
10 times. And Baltics also, right? The whole Baltics versus
the whole
Poland?
Baltics. So the whole Baltics are 5 million people. Yeah. The Poland is 40 million people. So this platform, avindik.pl, because we localize the names, right? Is the one that we are running in Poland.
Why not try to make one big platform and then just switch languages? Why not?
This is what we are thinking about, to be honest, because this platform is our international goal to run it more widely in other countries as well. So we are thinking maybe to have one common name, right? But there are various reasons to localize it as well. So, we are still in discussions which way is the better. But what I wanted to say that this is very powerful tool, because this tool is implemented in, if we would go deeper and if our clients are going deeper, we are putting more and more IE into this platform to make it as simple as possible and as automated as possible. So meaning when the client provides the document, IE do the transcriptions, do the reading, then IE evaluates the debt, then the IE provides an offer, and then we start to work. So, for the client journey as smooth as possible and as fast as possible.
And how do you get, so I can imagine, so there's two sides, more B2B, and this is more like everyday people could use it.
A small medium enterprise, for example, you have, I don't know, as a business, you have 1 to 5 5 debtors a month.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste your time with those big corporate
Yes.
agreements,
Agree.
you know, and so to receive statistics, everything you can find here, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Also, this tool is not applicable maybe to big corporates, you know,
Yeah.
there are thousands of
Yeah.
you know operations every single month. It's more like for the natural persons or for small medium.
And so how do you get the clients? What's the strategies?
This is what we do. So we during the time understood how to run not how to run marketing, but how to create the value for the client, the value proposition.
Okay.
So of course we find the clients in the internet, of course.
Okay.
It's Google, Meta, and all the other platforms. But it's not about the form. It's about the content. It's about the value, what you bring to the client.
Okay.
So when you bring to the client the full transparency, first of all, when you bring the smooth client journey without any barriers, right? Second of all, when you provide 2 offers, so when the client can choose, maybe I want to sell.
Okay.
1,000 euro problem, maybe I can sell for 500 euro and forget, and this is my goal. I don't want to have any emotions or stuff like that. Or I want to wait, and to take, I don't know, 5 or 10% commission. But then if I take a commission, again, I can see the whole process.
As a client, I can
As
see
a
what
client,
they're doing basically. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
can-
not doing something I would think, oh my God.
Yeah,
So
if the clients want, they can participate.
okay.
He can see, he can raise questions, he can see the statistics. So everything is.
But you have like a sales team or no sales team? Everything is like direct to
the platform.
Yeah.
In front of platform, no active calling.
Yeah. But for B2B?
Yeah, we have sales team for
Sales team.
B2B. Yeah, we have sales team in every country.
Yeah.
Because the key element is to maintain the relationship with the clients.
Is the salesperson also when, let's say, okay, I request like a meeting, a consultation, I meet, I talk, I onboard a client. Is the sales rep also then kind of working with the client as also?
Yeah. To maintain the because the clients, usually have questions or whatever. So we maintain the relationship.
So the salesperson is always involved.
Yeah.
So they don't just give it off to an account.
Key account. Some operations, but not the full communication.
Okay.
So we are, organized like that. Our main sales people are all the time with the client. Of course, there is a key accounts which run some technical stuff, right? Like I don't know, something questions answering and so on and so on. But the sales rep is always aware.
How many kind of clients can a sales rep handle in this kind of scenario?
Again, because what I didn't mention yet is again, I will go to technologies, okay? Because one thing what we briefly touched and discussed was the artificial intelligence and AI using in the processes, but we started to innovate 10 years ago. We started to hardly innovate with all the automation and stuff. And we have RPA, robotic process automation robots. Right now in the company, we have 34 robots that are running through various processes. So meaning then, when we are those sales people, right, when they are talking, dealing with the client, also they have robots which help them with the technical stuff, right? So getting information, getting reports, preparing recommendations or whatever. So basically salespeople are just maintaining the relationship. So at the moment, a lot, to be honest, 30, 40 clients.
Each, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So maybe the big next topic, I think, is AI, how to kind of apply it. I guess in your case, you have done it for many, many years now, the technology or AI. What are some of the frameworks, how you would think about it if you have a new business, you started out and you need to implement it and you want, like, you see everybody talk about it, right? But you want to implement it. What would be kind of the thinking process to do it in a way where you build something or implement something and it actually provides business value, not just doing something, creating something, and then it just nobody uses, nobody touches it, and it provides zero actual business economical value. So what would be the thinking process, or kind of how you would do it?
So how I would do right now?
Do you think about how, let's say I have a business and you're like, I need to make my business more efficient. I don't want to hire people. I want to AI kind of take over some key aspects. But what's the kind of the thinking? Because many businesses try to do it. They build something, have it, and never use it, or nobody uses it.
Yeah.
But this kind of.
Yeah. To be honest, it is a thing to not to have the common understanding. I will start from a bit different angle, but what you did say is very important. That a lot of do IE or innovate, but no one uses it.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
And it starts from the company culture, right? So you have to have the common understanding that you are going to the IT, IE, or automation direction. So what we do internally, all our company strategy is built on that, on technology. We have 4 strategic initiatives. All of them are based on technology. So what I want to say that we implement this culture already started years ago in the company. So what our is a long-term goal, that our people that are working in the company would be not like a specialist which do something, but would be the IE managers in each, not IT department, but IE managers as such. They would run IE in their processes and would become IE managers. Because if one person runs, 3 IE or RPA tools, right? So just imagine how many clients we can handle, how many operations we can handle, what kind of KPIs can achieve, right? So this is where we are going step by step. Then if I would start from again, so IE is just a nice, and technology is just a nice word, but what you did say and what I truly believe is about the value. So you need, first of all, understand where is the value and how to achieve it, right? So right now we see that in our right now business, the biggest value is what IE says, best next action. Because, we as a running this business, we don't want to call or to write and try to reach the person just by calling, right? Before reaching the person, we want to understand how to approach him and how to make this personalization.
Yeah, it's interesting. I liked how you said, I want my people to be AI managers. That's a new thing they haven't heard before. Yeah, like that's a good thing, right? Because I also think that the doing part nowadays can be crazily automated, done, and not done in a bad way. That's the coolest part.
Yeah,
it can be done exactly as you want it, even better, right?
Yeah,
cool.
So imagine salesperson, and right now our salesperson is using several IE tools. So
for what are they using, by the way? So give me some practical examples.
For pricing,
the service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we have just a very good example where we won one tender by pricing, because it was a big procurement, open procurement, right?
Okay.
And we got into the second round, and we went in the beginning. We had one price, but when we started to use this tool, so we redid the whole pricing methodology, and we won. We won the tender. Second of all is, of course, for presentations, right? Third of all is about each client or each sector has a separate needs. For example, if you are in logistics, you have probably one kind of a problems, right?
Yeah.
If you are, in food and beverage, we have kind of different problems. So IE let's help us to analyze the client, the problems, and what value we can bring to the client. It's more faster than the people can do.
Much faster. Yeah, it's like much faster. I have tried. I use it all the time, every time, and now we're rebuilding our whole web system, because we used to have web on like Webflow, like different CMSs, like ClickFunnels, and I was like, I'm not gonna never edit anything like this. I'm just gonna talk because I just talk and it just happens.
Exactly.
And it's crazy. It's
Exactly.
like completely new shift. I wanted to touch on a very important aspect, I think, which not always happens, and I want to hear from you how to do it. And the aspect I think is very interesting is you joined the business as a second or third person joining, and now you also own the business. You have percentages also as an owner, and the business is very profitable, so it's really cool. And I guess it's a valuable, getting value is growing all the time. How do you do that? Like, and what are the kind of the principles you followed to be able to join a company, get shares, become CEO, lead the business? Like, what are the principles?
Good question. You know, my first what comes into mind is discipline. Without discipline, you barely can reach something. So, me myself and the company which I run is probably the one of the most disciplined companies in Baltics. We are very carefully and very responsibly do what we are doing. So meaning that we don't change our directions. We don't, create chaos. We don't shift our positions or whatever. We stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, of course, and to the, to the market needs. So, probably, and also about myself personally is discipline. Second of all, to like what you do. As I did say, when I, 13 years ago, when I joined this sector, I saw that something is not right in the sector. And, I took a personal ambition to change the market itself. To, that the people and the society would not understand as a mafia or as a bad guys, but to understand us as a company or the people which help to solve financial problems using technologies. And that's why I relaunched Credit Management Companies Association in Lithuania as well, because I am the head of the association. I asked our all market companies to come to the association and to change this understanding in the market. Also in Latvia, we are in association, and I am also going to the parliament members, to the government, to discuss about legal and regulational aspects, because I always trying to explain that the creditors' rights needs to be safe and needs to be creditor rights, consumers or the people which breach the law cannot be overprotected. There needs to be the balance in the law. So in other words, I took the ambition, years ago to change the market, and I followed it. There was a lot of, ups and downs in the process, but I think that more and more people understand us as not as a bad guys, but as a people and the company which try to help. So that thing, and probably discipline and just to believe and to love what you do.
And when you joined the company, was there one owner of the business?
Kind of, I think, yeah.
One.
No, not one, but there was in the shareholder structure there are at the moment several people.
But when you joined, was it one or two?
No, several as well. Two or three, I believe.
And now I have an important thing. Like, let's say, what were the key aspects that these existing owners, when you didn't have shares in the company, what did they do so you kept working at that business rather than just being like, hey, okay, 5 years I work on this business, I kind of understand what it is, I'm going to start my own thing.
Yeah.
What were the key aspects they were doing to kind of keep you really engaged, motivated, so you want to grow? And now you're like leading the business. What were those things?
Good question. So everything started in 2015, 16. So first of all, we sit with the shareholders, and we understood first of all that there are a lot of opportunities in the market. To use those opportunities, shareholders showed trust, and they gave to tools, they gave the opportunity to work and to create, the freedom to create, right? Also, there was a lot of mistakes during the process. There was no blaming. There was growing together, right? So, of course, we have a board as well, right? Right now, a very professional board with independent and dependent members, right? But just to answer your question, yeah, it was trust. And second of all, a bit later, a few years later, there was this trust was shown by creating an opportunity to enter the shareholder structure, right?
So they proposed it, not even you.
Yeah.
So they proposed it.
Yeah, of course, they proposed it. They proposed it. They said that, Marius, if we will do this and this, and if you'll achieve, you can also become the part of the company as an owner from the owner.
How was the deal structure? Maybe you could share, because it's interesting for me.
Stock option program.
Stock option program,
right? So I participate in the stock option program since 2018. It was on the way because in 2020 it started to become very, very popular. So shareholders proposed me the stock option program. We agreed on the figures, and right now I am one of the minor owners, and the future is still ahead. Big plans, big plans for our company and for this industry in general. But it's all about trust. It's all about trust and about the roles. It's very important,
What do you mean by roles?
Roles, it means that, that the owners of the company would not start to do the CEO job, to share the roles. So it's very important. So we have a very good working structure where the main shareholders is the chairman of the board, right? And I am not in the board, but I am acting CEO.
Okay.
But that's how it works, because the board has strategic vision, and how to say, ambition, right? Always challenging. And I like challenges, and I like to make those challenges make happen and to implement them. So in our case, that purely works.
Very interesting. Okay. So maybe last thing, what would be your kind of last message to any business or small, medium business so that they would never get into a situation where they're in debt, so they have no debt? So what would be your last kind of advice or message to everybody like that? Or personally, even a person. I think even a person.
Yeah. So, financial, it's we are living in the free countries. Freedom is a responsibility. So before doing something, think wisely, choose wisely, but don't be afraid to risk, because if you don't risk, you don't drink champagne, at the end of the day. So, and again, this debt or this situations, I don't see it as a ghost or as a bad thing. It's just situation, and don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that, because if you will, if you have encouraged to do something, you will figure out. And also the Legal Balance or the companies like Legal Balance are not so bad at the end of the day, and they will help us to settle the situation.
Marius, thank you for coming. Actually, from Vilnius, you don't live in Latvia, so thank you for coming. And now we have cemented ourselves in this online conversation, which is going to be on YouTube and other platforms.
Okay, thank you for having me.